good to see you. A couple of people in chat already. Always good to see people in chat. Let me sort this out. Yeah, Laurie, I think you emailed me, didn't you? I'll double check that, but I do have this litre bottle of liquid for you here. Just let me know when you can come up and grab it, whenever. So how is everybody? How are you all? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully my camera will lean forward a little bit. That's better. Yeah, that's better. So I am on a new device. So there we have the Kriemhild. Oh, I'll talk about this a little bit later. Usual on the top, I haven't put the tank in there from the kit because I had the kit, which I won, still holding out on the main tank. I'm gonna see how it goes. But yeah, this is what it comes with. It comes with battery safety card, and it comes with this thing. Tells you about the German 103 team. Not zooming in on there because I've got the focus off. Yeah, so it is, I think I'll take 2700s. Yeah, I think it takes 2. At the moment I've only got 2700s in there, and actually I took my 2700s, they've gone flat now, so I've taken them out and put some the adapters that came in the box with it in there. So I'm not sure whether I've told anybody about this. Let me get the autofocus back. So that tells you about the German 103 team who made the Brunhilde and the Kriemhild, and there are all of the members of the German 103 team. So the cool thing about this is I've not actually told anybody yet. So kind of, I don't think I've told anybody. I'm part of the UK 103 team. So kind of excited. Not sure what we're designing yet, but yeah, there's plenty of things. Anyway, inside the box we get obviously the mod. We get the tank and the spare glass. So this is the tank that comes with it. So if I take that out, it's a very snug fit. Bit of cardboard there, separator, and we get all these bits inside. So we get a USB to USB-C because it takes a USB-C charger, which is good because it's nice and modern. Comes with a bag of O-rings for the tank. Comes with a little user manual. And comes with this little booklet for the mod as well. I haven't actually looked at these, but it's a fairly simple interface to get used to. And there's a spare coil in there. Bit of a beefy coil, I have to say. But you can see, let's see if I can see down through the middle. It is triple core, triple coil in there. There's the wick holes on the side. I'm not sure whether this will be able to be taken apart or whatever, because I like doing that. I like taking things apart and making them work for a bit longer and so on. But yeah, that is the what it comes as. Breaking it down. I'm not sure whether that is. Maybe I should RTFM. Ah. So it's a spring-loaded top. I'm going to have to look at this, and I not actually used this yet. Airflow on the bottom. Goes full open, like that. It reminds me, the airflow there reminds me of the TFV8. Which is pretty cool. But other than that, taking it apart, I'm not sure, because this looks a kind of solid thing. I'm guessing it's filled up this way. But maybe I'll have to look at some books and videos or manual to see how to refill this tank. It looks a bit of an interesting one. Anyway, that's what's all in the box. And let's put it back. Do we put the manuals back? No, let's just leave it all there for a minute. So yeah, I won that as a prize from it's a competition a little while ago on Vitfly's page, and you know, I've had some little things to review from them in the past. Little as in cotton and stuff. Tetley, you got to see her. And yeah, it's been just little things. Now, it's a nice bright screen on this mod. And you can see there, puff counter up in the top corner over there. 313. This is a pair of 18650s in here. So depending on your batteries, your mileage may vary. I've been getting some good mileage out of these. I think I had 700 puffs. 700 puffs in the 2700s, a pair of them, and I did get about 350 from the last pair of batteries. So these are different batteries in here. I'm not sure what the capacity is. So yeah, let's have a look. So you've got this sled, and the batteries are in the sled. Get these adapters, which come with it. There's a couple of Enoch batteries, I think they are, in there. These are the batteries I'm using at the moment, which seem to be fine. I'm guessing they're fairly overrated. But yeah, so you have that, and then you've got this contact there, two contacts at the bottom, and these two little things as well. And that's quite nice, even though it's covered up. You got this fly little plaque thing there. That's what happens. It slides up onto the mod, clicks into place, comes on. I've got a set of 30 watts. You can see my coil here. It is 1.37 ohms. So I've got a nice high resistance coiler. Single coil in this thing. Run it at 30. Could run it at 25 if I wanted to. Let's knock it. Oh, I've locked it. So menu system is quite interesting on this. 2 clicks to unlock. Just hold them down. So the interface for this, you've got 3 clicks. Lets you go to the variable wattage. Lets you change it from normal, soft, hard. And you can set the resistance if you want to. And it goes back up to the top there. Hold it down. So that's 3 clicks, 4 clicks. Takes you to this interface, which lets you use the light in, the brightness, puff settings, memory, and times, because there is a clock. You can use the voltage curve as well, and the time. So if I leave this for a bit, it'll time out. So yeah, let's drop it down to 25. Tons of it from it. It's a good bit of kit. So as it goes at Tetley Man. So Holster is doing pub quiz tonight on a Zoom. So he may or may not turn up a bit later, I'm not sure. And after this I've got my show on iVlog.tv. Yeah. Let's drop it down to 20 watts, shall we? Oh, I tell you what, let's go down to... So roughly 1.4, so we can go down 15 watts. A lot of devices used to be 15 watts maximum. So let's see what we get from 15 watts. Good vapor production. Let's see. Normal, hard, soft, normal, hard. Let's try hard. Really doesn't need the power. Such a high ohm, high resistance. I'm going to put it back up to 20. It gives me a bit more punch. Yeah, so in this at the moment, damn, what's in it? The usual purple tears. So, purple tears in there. With I think I might have put a bit of strawberry in there. But yeah, I was going to try this new tank with these. I've been using the blueberry jam quite a bit on the other tanks and my drippers. And the strawberry. So this is Blazzy Jam. This is by Fat Vapor. Not the Fat Vapor. It's Fat E-Juice or Fat Juice. You can see at the bottom. And I've done some reviews of these quite a while ago. I think I did like mango and a couple of the range a while ago. So they sent me these two. I picked them up at Expo. And also there's like an iced tea. I think I had them at back in London in February, which is pretty cool. So, how is everybody? What are you all on? Like I said, I'm on this setup here. Also got my Smok Node on charge into hand. Just get a top-up charge. Although I think the coiler's gone on it. and I got this, the Silkari Anand, which is pretty cool. Oh, I left it on and the battery's gone flat. Great. 21700 battery in this thing. It'll take all sorts. Single battery, really nice little mod, and the recurve on top. Single coil. Been using a bit of a thick juice on there. Could do with a bit of a rewick, I think. But I do like the recurves still. Still a really good flavour from the recurves. Don't know if anybody else has got one. I wonder if Bambi Bus will turn up as well. So let's have a look. Let's see if we can work out how to fill this. Still on topside carbon, cool. How to fill this sub-ohm tank. This is where I look and try and work out how to fill this thing. So it's a push to the side jobby. So you've got to lift it up to push to the side. So there we are. Massive juice fill well there. Let's stick in some juice, shall we? Or should we take it apart first? Let's take it apart. So there's the humongous coil. Is it screw fit or is it press fit? I can't. I'm not sure. Let's leave it in there, not fiddle with it, shall I? And I'll stick some strawberry in it. What do you want, Lordy? Okay, so that's quite cool because when you close it off, it sort of snaps in place with a slide. You push down and off it goes. So I'm going to leave that sit now for a little bit. Let the juice get flowing through it. What size tank is it? I'm not sure. It's German, so let's have a look what it says on the stats. It's an 810 drip tip. Capacity is 5 mil. It's 55.5 mil high, 26 mil diameter. So it's got a single and triple and dual coils for it. And yeah, variety of coil types. So there's the exploded diagram. Let me change the focus on this. So there's the different parts. There's the range of coils. So this is a triple coil in it. So it's the NI80 triple 0.15 ohm, 50 or 80 watts. I'll go 30, 40 probably because I like going lower, makes the coils last longer. I'm guessing there's a single mesh coil in there in the box. That one is the single. Airflow is there. There's the magic fill. I suppose it's good because, you know, if you got a tank in your pocket and it's just a straight slide, it'll slide open any time. The fact that it clicks down is pretty good. So it is just a push fit coil. So the e-juice holes will close automatically when you pull out the coil to prevent juice from flowing out. Okay. And there's the information about it. And the other side is just in German. So there is that. Pretty good. So it's we are seeing the bubbles there, but I gotta leave it a bit longer. I don't have it and wreck the coil straight away. Tetty man, what are you on? And if you come into the room, let us know you're there. Just type in chat, say hi, let us know what you're vaping on if you're vaping on something. So yeah, what am I doing at the moment? I am still waiting. I'm still doing my magic card stuff, but I'm waiting on an order from 3A Vape. That seems to have been taking ages and ages. Absolutely no idea what they're doing. It left Singapore about a month ago. So it's yeah, it's a bit of a mystery. Like this thing that's buzzing around here. Little gnat. So frustrating. Yeah, so anybody noticing the news? Anybody interested in snooker? Willie Thorne passed away today. He was snooker.
Oh, guess what my news?
It's a snooker. Now, if you've seen, he was in an induced coma. But obviously he hasn't gone through it. So, yeah. Techniman will be back shortly. Probably bringing a list of all the stuff he's got on his desk using. So yeah, I am open for question and answers. So it's been 13 years and X number of weeks now, so I'm still finding that pretty cool. And the being part of the 103 team is cool as well. What are you doing?
So she's got a pipe cleaner.
The dog's a nightmare. She's got a pipe cleaner and a spoon. I don't know what she's going to do with it. Yeah. Let's drop the airflow right down. Yeah, you can see the level of the liquid's gone right down. You can see the bubbles going up there as well. So does suck in a lot of juice. So, questions from the floor. It's really quiet tonight. I prepared nothing as usual, pretty much, other than the fact that they've got this this kit that I'm going to be looking at. I spare batteries on charge, which makes a change. Don't normally do. So let's put it on and see what it looks like, shall we? There we are. So there's the full kit. When you press the fire button as well, the back sort of lights up as well. Old and new. I don't want it on hard. Let's take it off hard. Normal. 25.25 ohms. And we'll take it up to 30 watts. So let's talk a little bit more. Not quite sure whether it's a. I'm not sure. Let's have a quick Google to see how much they are. Let's check Evolution because they normally have pretty much everything. Oh, they don't have the Kriemhild. Let's try 101. Vaping 101. Adults 18 plus. Yes, I know. Okay, so Vaping 101 has it for $64.99 at the moment. That's just the tank, not the whole kit. But you've probably got your own tanks that you'd want to put on you. It does take quite large tanks. Obviously, the aroma might, I think that's like a 3mm. It's not a small tank, and that fits on there rather comfortably with no overhang at all. And this is, was it a 20, 28 or 26? And you can see it's got that extra couple of mil. I think it's a 26 now. It's got the extra couple of millimeters. Well, the body is matte and the top is sort of a satiny black. It's not a gloss, full gloss. It's just off it, you know. Two Type-C charging silicon, one charging cable. Maybe that's in the box. Let's have a look in the spares. What is a charging silicon? I don't know. Maybe they're talking about this rubber piece that's on the bottom. So the charging port's behind there, as you can see. Oh, there's a clock. The clock is out. Type-C port. So maximum puff time is 10 seconds, output power of 5 to 200 watts. So it caters most things, and it'll take dual 18650s, 2700s, 21700s. So yeah, it will take dual 2700s. Not too bad, no. It's fairly solid made. Although I do have the adapters in here, and listen. It does have a bit of rattle. And if I do it too much, the screen goes off. If you shake it, sometimes the screen goes off anyway. But this is with the adapters. If I take these batteries out and put the the 2700s in, so they're not charged at the moment, so I think this is the one little nag I've got. It makes even more noise, and you can see that there is some charge in it, but not enough to power it. But if I shake it, it goes off, comes back on. So yeah, probably best to use either full 21700s or the 18650s with the sleeves, because it does have that little bit of rattle to it. So there we go, back on. Old, new. Yeah, it's quite. I don't know what, this bit by the top rotates for no reason at all, as far as I see, which is a little bit annoying. But you know, even at 30 watts, you can see the cloud production on it. It's pretty good. Yeah, they look quite nice. Let's check it out again. That's just 30 watts. Flavour from the stock coil is, I say, pretty good. The juice is quite sweet. And there doesn't seem to be any issue with the wicking on it. Oh, and then we had a rattle and it's gone off. So you can see there that the wicking is really good. You see the bubbles going up. Just missed that one. There's another little one coming through. Can you see that? Yeah, it's a strawberry jam. So I'm not sure whether it's max VG. I think it's either 70-30 or max VG 80-20. It's pretty good. How would I compare it to? how would I compare it to others? Like Jam Monster or Just Jam? Yeah, it compares really well. A little bit sweeter than just Jam, which is pretty good. I used to like the raspberry Just Jam, but it was quite woody and not that sweet. So this does add a little bit more sweetness to it, and the strawberry flavour's coming through quite well. Go on, let's push up to 40 watts. I know it's still 10 watts below. The drink is a can of a zero sugar energy drink with a pint of water. So take some of the carbonation out of it, because I don't like things which are too fizzy. And yeah, something to keep me going anyway. So if you just come in, welcome in, grab a seat, let us know what you're on. Tell you, man, what are you on for a start? Hydro homies. I thought Tettyman was a mod on you. There we are. If he jumps back out and back in again, he has a spanner of doom. So, who else is out there? What are you using? Don't just sit in the background and, what's the word, ghost. Just chat as well. Fufu Provinci's Strawberry Gloop. I'm going to be with Vape Fly Galaxies and Doozy Lush. What is the Lush? I've had a couple of Doozy flavours in the past. Let's see. Alexa, open Silk.
Here is Silk.
Okay, you didn't need to be so loud. My bookmarks are Shed Camp. Hey, Bambi Bus. Strawberries and cream. I obviously like strawberries and cream. Is it how sweet is it? No, I did have some sample bottles of the Nasty Juice tobacco. I can't remember whether it was a silver tobacco or it was something else. They were giving out sample packs at one of the expos. I never actually got around to try them. Yeah, some of the Doozy flavours I had were quite nice. Although they do tend to be on the slightly sweeter side. That's what I found anyway. Pink leukocyte. So, does that have like a you know, like lemonade type juices? Does it have that sort of slight irritant that you can get in them sort of lemonade juices? Yeah, I'm starting to wonder whether I should have just put some Pegasus tears or purple tears in this. It's a really nice juice. It's nice to have a change, but you can't beat your all day vape. All day vape, like, well, purple tears, really. Bit of fizz in it. Oh, okay. At some point, I need to find all my glasses. So I had a bit of a move around, a bit of a tidy up and clear out. I mean, I've got a box next to me, and inside that box has had loads of mods and this, that, the other, which I hadn't gone through. Hey, Rory, and I must have got out a dozen. You know, when you've had a mod, you take it out of the box, you take all the spares and stuff out, and then you're left with the box. I've been keeping the boxes for no reason at all. So they've gone into recycling, made some space, and I was like, why was I keeping those boxes? Well, they're normally quite handy to do this sort of thing with, just, you know, put your juices and bits and bobs in, like, but you get to a point where it's like too much, you know? The glass should be full of German beer. Oh, Weiss beer, it's nice. I can remember when I was younger, back in the days, where I used to have a nice drink. Used to have the Weiss beer with the sediment in the bottom. Oh, this is the Matrix. This is by AAA Vapor, I think. There we are. Made by AAA. Another nice little device. And yeah, you've got the screen there. You can see with all the information on it. I think it goes up to 40 watts. Pretty sure. Yeah, let's take it back down. Nice little mod. I prefer this to the smock, but it does actually take smock coils, as you can see there. Very handy. My own drip tip, of course. Handy for a little sort of mouth. Well, it's not totally mouth to lung. It's just restrictive airflow. That's like a cool juice in there. My gosh. Yeah, so this is one of the companies which haven't really broken into the UK market. It's AAA. The build quality is really solid. It feels, doesn't feel like where you've got this, you've got the weight to the battery, but it's still some plasticiness to it, and especially with this thing, feels really bleh. That's a technical term. This mod is made by AAA, and it's called the Matrix. Let me. It comes in all sorts of different designs. They were showing it off at the last Birmingham Expo, I think it was, as a new product. So yeah, they got lots of different designs. Let me stick a link in chat. So that'll take you to the page. Auction earlier? No, I didn't, Tetty man. I missed any auctions that were going on. So they've got a couple of tube mods. The boost. There's this finesse, which looks very RPM-ish. I think that uses smock coils, but let's have a look in the description. So, FMC mesh coil. So the coils. Plug and play. Got a description. Look, that's quite a nice little mod. But the thing is, they don't. When they were selling it at or displaying it at the show, they didn't actually say that it was one-to-one compatible coils. That's the one thing they didn't do. And they've got a. They've now got an adapter to go on top of it to be able to use tanks. Now that's really nice. That's really quite cool, actually. So that's a new part. But the Matrix definitely uses smock coils, because I put a smock coil in there. The Cub starter kit. They look quite funky. The boost tank to go on the boost mod, and they've got a little stick. Longest lifetime pod in this world. And the boost tube mod to go with the boost tank. Now, I've tried some AAA tanks, and they seem to be quite good as well. As Anulax tank. Yeah, it does look a bit random, doesn't it? Now, everybody started getting sick of pods. Yeah, everybody started getting sick of pod mods. But I think everybody has a pod mod. So you've said where you're vaping on. Let us know in chat what pod devices that you have. Really like to know what devices that you have that take pods. You might have like the really skinny ones, like dual type, or something like an RPM 40, or the Nord, or the Novo. Some people have got the drags. You barely use mods. Okay. Barmy Bus is RPM 40. Though the RPMs take standard Nord and RPM coils, is that right? Do they need an adapter to run either? Because I haven't actually got one. I just got my Nord and use that. And the Nord 2 is out and I haven't got one of them yet. But it's kind of, if it works, don't fix it, you know. If it does the job. Although I do need to get some more rebuildable pods for it, rebuildable coils. So the pod and the coils are separate types, yeah. So you've got like, for the RPM, there's like an RPM with an RPM coils and RPM smaller with the Smok Nord coils, right? Okay. Funny feeling it might have been something like that. Gusto, Orion, Miko, and is the Miko the Smok? I didn't never heard of it. The Ryan is the Lost Vape, and obviously the Spire Mini Gusto. It's a real shame that they didn't come up with a Gusto that took an 18650 battery, or maybe even a 18350 if they couldn't fit it, just to make it a bit more substantial on the battery life. What do you think? I've been looking at these new, the new ones that have come out. The Vupu, the Drag S and the Drag X. I'm still not sure about those. I think people are going to get fed up of buying the coils and finding out the coils they can't find. But that's the age-old thing, isn't it? You every time a manufacturer comes up with a different tank, they change the coils pretty much. Most of the time, Smok have been a bit better with like the Nord and the RPMs and so on. And the Fetch, I still haven't looked at this even. I've taken out the box a couple of times, but I haven't actually set it up. So there's the Fetch. And I looked this when I saw this at the expo. I was surprised, and I'm feeling it now in my hand. It's smaller than the Matrix. It's about as thin. It's a little bit fatter. And you can see there, it's about the same width and shorter. Obviously the pod fits in there, and you've got the Smok Nord coils that pop in it. And I've got a couple of things on order. I think the Trinity Alphas. I'm not sure. Has anybody else in the room got a Trinity Alpha? Because I was under the impression that they used the Nord coils as well. So that's in the box. This is the brown one because it was cheap, and I literally bought it just to give it a go, and because it did use the Nord coils. Bit of that. A little pack with. This is quite Apple-esque, isn't it? Designed by Vupu. Inside here we've got some little booklets. This is a smoke device. Why has it got designed by Vupu in it? I think I must have been playing with these boxes before now, and that's contaminated. That's the drag. Let's have a look. I've got my case full of rods right here. That's quite funny, I gotta say. So let me sort this out now. So that must have been out of this box. I must have opened these up before. I can't remember what they did on the show. Yes, I'm guessing it was out of this box. That's a nice little device. Wow. Comes with quite a heavyweight chain. I tell you what, it's small, and it's, what's the word? It's quite heavy, small, but it only comes with one pod. That sucks. If you're selling a device, if you're making a device to only put one coil in it, I mean, there is always the chance that that coil is going to be dead. So you think, if you've got a new vapor that has the experience where the coil that's in the box is a dead end, they are not going to be impressed with that. It's kind of part of the reason why I had two of them, but you know what I mean? You're not going to be happy. Anyway, let's get back on track with the smoke. And this is what is in the box. So this is the fetch. So there are two different coils in here. And the one is bigger than the other. And obviously that one is a slightly bigger hole than this. Very interesting. I don't know why they didn't put the coils in when you get it, you know. Because it's not rocket science, is it? So I'm guessing this is the way that the RPM is. That's probably, is that the RPM coil slightly bigger? And you have the two. So one is clear plastic, one is grey. So there's no fillers. They've both got the same capacity by the looks. But I am going to take the coil out simply because I know if I put it in there, I'm bound to hit it. And there we are. I'm not sure. Has anybody tried updating the firmware and stuff on these little devices? Oh, I like the colour screen as well. Bit of colour down the bottom. I think one is probably most aligned, the other one is direct, or it's to do with this RPM. One is a big coil, one is a small coil, different resistances. Let's see what it says it comes with. Fetch Mini RPM pod and a Fetch Mini Nord pod. So there we are. So that tells you about the pods. Important note. There we are. 3.7 mil capacity. RPM mesh coil is 0.4 ohms. And the Nord coil is 0.6 ohms regular. Yeah. You can do that, and you can get the rebuildable. I don't know. Can you get a rebuildable RPM coil as well? As well as the Nord. So yeah, let's put this back in the box. So that is the fetch kit, which I haven't really looked at yet. I think I'm just waiting for my other smoke Nord coil to die off before I start on another device, you know? That's what I tend to do. I tend not to set up a new tank if I've got a tank which is running, you know? But yeah, that does have a little bit of rattle. And it's gone off. I can get RBA, but can't test it. No, you've got to put it in the device and fire it up before you see what, obviously whether it works or not, which is a bit of a pain, but do you know what? I haven't looked at Jay's video for quite a while. I think I've unsubscribed actually. I've been cutting the number of channels I'm subscribed to down because I get notifications for channels which I don't really watch, and slaughtered it. Maybe I did watch that one. Yeah, that's why you'd Bambi. But depending on the coil you put in there, because they can't take massive coils anyway, so you're limited what coils you put in there, and you can't as long as you set them up properly, you can't really go wrong. Well, it would be nice to be able to try, like I've got the coils I'm using at the moment are these. These are Vapefly. So 1.2 ohms to 1.2 to 1.5s they are, they? Not too big, so they would fit in there quite nicely, I think, if I can get one. It seems dangerous to find something you don't know the resistance of, can't tell. No, I think you'll probably, the device will probably tell you if there's a short. But it's quite inconvenient then, because you filled it up with juice and so on, you know. Unless you don't fill up with juice first. And then when you do fill up with juice, you could end up with false readings and the likes, you know. So I wonder whether Host is about Holster, are you there? Or are you still quizzing? And when it comes to pods, now I had Smock's first pod kit. It came out. It was called the Smock Fit, and the cartridge system was very similar to the Dual, but it was a very short period of time before you couldn't find them coils, the pods, because you couldn't replace the coils in the pods. But the pods were a nightmare to get hold of. You, not you. Hercene, go away. Nah, just kidding. So, yeah. I thought he was watching the door, Tetley man. How did he get in? So, Hercene, we are talking about... well, we've talked a little about this, the Kriemhild and the tank. We started talking about... Look at that. That's... Oh, look at that. That's a bit... of a little bit of a gap there. I moved somewhere there and it was like, whoa. I climbed in the window. So talking pods and wondering what pod systems do you have, Hercene? Noah. I call him Noel. Don't have a pod at all. So you don't run any. Have you ever tried any pod mods or any pod systems? Not even like a blue or one of the like ones that everybody's trying to push on. I'll tell you what I've used recently. Always these things. So. Let me see if I can see this right down here. So this is a Mojo Lemon Tart, disposable, 50 milligram, and it doesn't feel like 50 until you've like gone through an entire cart really quickly, and then it's like a big buzz. It's weird because when you stop, listen to this now, you can see me stopping vaping it and you can still hear it crackling on. It makes you wonder why isn't it stop? Why isn't it stop? I'm going to turn the music off now a minute so you can listen carefully now. It's like 1 or 2 seconds after. It just keeps going, and the vape protection. Oh, a bit of a hit there. Vape protection's rubbish on it. But they do vary. You got some really good pod systems out there which work really well, and you got some really pants things. It is weird, and you've got to think that for that 2 seconds afterwards, it's still using the liquid up, Tried a blue, didn't like it, and I'll try anything. I mean, I'm kind of happy that Smok are making sure that most of this stuff uses the Nord coils. That's been a really big plus factor in the way they've done business and the way that they kept business. If you go out and buy like a Nord, like this thing, you probably order a load of coils at the same time, and you don't really want to be like, if this dies, and you can always get another one, or the fact that this coiling here will go in the fetch kit or the RPM or whatever else they've got out there that'll work is a big plus. I'm not sure how much juice is in this thing. Oh, that's fine. But show me a pod that doesn't leak. Doesn't matter how much you twist it. Yeah, they do. They make it very affordable, especially when, like, there was one point where you could buy a Smok Node on Amazon for £13, including delivery, and that kit came with 2 coils, which is I think it was only the green one that was available at that price, and the other ones were like an extra £2. But
That's a work of art, that is.
but yeah, they are. You look at what I've got here in my case of stuff, and on my desk I've got. So
Isn't it easier to say what you haven't?
no. So I've got the Smok Majesty there, and these were on sale at, I think it was like $12. These were on 3A8 for $12, and this is the rainbow one with the twisted messes on the top. Genuine. Cost me an arm and a leg. Not literally, but And yeah, for that price, because they are a decent box, I went for the blue one. And I went for the silver one. And I went for the gold one. Why? Because I know that if they die, then it's a cheap replacement. Not that a lot. I mean, people do take the mick out of Smok. A lot of their earlier stuff was very patchy. The T-Priv and the T-Priv 2 and stuff. They were dire. Some of the original Smok stuff, the old Smok stuff, was dire. Even the aliens were quite patchy, but you look at like the Pro Curves. Nice mod. No atomizer. Nice mod, quite customizable. Does what you want. Temperature control. Nice colour change and so on. And why not, And again, this was like $11 or $12 again. In the shops in this country, they're probably 25-30 quid. But even at that price, they're still worth the money. They still last these days. Like, this is kind of the update for the Alien, which, I mean, this came out like 2 years ago, maybe 3. In the meantime, they have done some lemons, like this one. The smoke species. This was dire. Let me stick a couple of batteries in this thing. If it'll work, because I'm not sure whether they had problems with this. But fortunately, this was on Vapor Round special, like 15 quid before it came out. Ergonomically, it's quite nice. But for some reason, this fluctuates a lot. When I stick a tank on top, it doesn't read it very well. It does fluctuate quite a bit. Yeah, it's smaller. I mean, it is quite a bit smaller than the other. But it feels nicer in the hand. But it does have some drawbacks. That the chip in it is not fantastic. But I think it was a lower end one anyway. You know. Yeah, I know what you mean. The Guardian 3 pipe and the Magmoth. Yeah, the Mag had a couple of issues with it though, but you might have been lucky and dodged that bullet. There were some unfortunate with the Mag, plus the fact that it was left-handed. But then again, like I said, there's my purple. There's my purple Pro Color. Actually, that would probably look nicer on there, wouldn't it? Pro Color was sturdy. Then you've got the G-Priv with the touch screen. So I think it can be a little bit hit and miss. There's a new G-Priv out. Yeah, I mean that's the G-Priv 2. I think there's a 3 out, and there's a mini G-Priv 3. Or is there a newer one out than that? And for some reason, he says, I don't know why. For some reason, this one keeps doing some weird stuff. $222 no. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know whether the buttons are going sticky or starting to go. That's the thing, you pay your money, you take your chance. I'd rather spend just a couple of quid on something like this and then have it die and throw away than buy something which is 5 times the price or 4 times the price, for example, and maybe it lasts 4 times as long, okay, when then dies. So in the long run, you could be buying 4 of these to the price of the one. But if the technology changes, it means that you kind of on like a 1 month contract rather than a 4 month contract. Is that one way of seeing it, you know? It's kind of like pay as you go. You know, you have it for a month, and if it dies, you buy another one for a month, rather than stuck with an investment which could go, you know? He brought a new pipe. A smoker brought a new pipe out. Oh. Yeah, and if you go in high resistance, then batteries for days, you know, like the I've got you, like the Wismec R200, you know, or even the Smock GX350. There's another, or the iJoy Maxo. Well, the Maxo was dire. This reading resistances and stuff is a pain. Battery for days, but you tend to have to really up the power on it. That's what I found with mine. And unless you had the black version has a metal door on the bottom. All the other ones, the yellow, the red and blue and so on, they all had plastic doors which bent. Dual 18650s, 11 watts. Yeah, you're set for the day there. Now I just pressed fire and it's coming up with this other menu, so there must be something wrong with this now. But you know, pop the batteries out, stick it on the side, not worry about it. Stick the batteries in the other one. I do like the light show. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the purple and the purple. I can remember pink tanks used to be all the rage, and Innokin came up with their T18 and whatever. And they used to do pink ones of those. But I like the Switch Mech mods used to do the pink coated ones, and there were all sorts of companies doing pink stuff. Kangatech. Try and find pink stuff these days. Hard to find. Tank top. A pink tank top. Yeah, that's the thing, see, and people do like different colours, you know. I don't mind rocking a pink mod. It's fine by me. And like I said, you know what, I think I had that before the others in my basket. So it came earlier, and you know, it's still, at the end of the day, it's what you use, and it doesn't necessarily matter what it looks like, does it? You know. Because at the end of the day, as long as it works, as long as it keeps you happy, as long as you use it, and as long as it doesn't break, does it really matter what the colour is like? Oh, there's my I've got a couple of mods in my box, but here's my Cartel Revenant. Really good mod. Really was a really quite expensive mod as well. But now, doesn't something like this, which was like 100, 120 quid, 130 quid, doesn't compare in quality, even though it's, you know, plastic stab wood or whatever. It doesn't compare with some of the newer, cheaper stuff, you know. You want one. Now, let me show you what the issue with this is on mine. Cartel Revenant is nice, and it is quite hard to get hold of. But I'll scroll this down, and you can see the gap underneath it, and there's a bit of wiggle room on it, unfortunately. It has been put down and picked up. You can see at the bottom, that's the bottom of it, where it's been stood up and moved across the desks and stuff quite a bit, you know. Let's fire this up then, shall we? Ooh, that was a birdie hit. Even though it says 36 watts and it says 1.44 ohms. I was in temperature mode, is in bypass mode. It's back in wattage. There we go. Very aggressive. Hey, Jerry. When did I get that? I had it quite a while ago. Yeah. It is very nice that it's quite a dark colour. But again, that's one of the issues. You can't use bigger tanks on it very well. And if you don't screw it right down, you do have a bit of wiggle. But, you know, why any mod these days is over 100 quid, I don't know. You know, you see these mods with the DNA boards and stuff. Why are they just so expensive? I think it's the hype, pretty much. I think with most of them, it is the hype. So the ones on the bottom. Mrs. Chunks is looking at the butterflies. Yeah, definitely paid for the name. I mean, and that's right as well, Bambi. If people think they're paying more and they get a better product, you know, but it doesn't always work like that. I know with the Evolve stuff and the Yeehee stuff, you can customize things and so on. But, you know, I find my Voopoo drags equally as good. And my limitless mods. My 200 watt limitless boxes, they are just as good. At the end of the day, you put batteries in it, put something on the top, fill it with juice, off you go, and there's very little difference between them. Yes, battery life and so on, and accuracy with reading resistances and things like that on the Yeehee and Evolve are kind of a feature, or kind of known. But that doesn't make these any less, you know. Yeah, there's always that. If it comes from China, it's cheap. But then again, there's been a lot of companies in the past which have said they're from the US or whatever, and they've been buying it from the China as well anyway. That's naughty. Yeah, it is. So that's a bit of a con, really, Bambi, I think. Design, yeah. And the same with the Pulse, the Voopoo Pulse, when it came out with a gene chip, that was US design. I think that was mainly for the gene chip, isn't there? Form factor over quality is what I look for. Okay. okay. Like any of these Dual 18650 mods I've just shown, they all work the same. They all, you know, there's not a huge variation in them. And like, I always fancied one of the Lost Vape, you know, the dual batteries that came out ages ago. I always fancied one of those, but I couldn't bring myself to pay double the price for it compared to the other mods that were out at the time. Double or triple. You know, the 140, 160 pounds for the Lost Vape. What was it? What was it called? Was it Centurion? I think it was a Centurion. I just thought that was just too much. Welcome back. Like when you fire this, you notice the light comes on the back. It's nice. Is it needed? Not really. Yeah, I know what you mean there, Bambi. And I never had a G-Class telly, man. Again, the price point when they came out was like 180, 200 pounds. You could get a T-Priv 2. You could get 4 T-Priv 2s for the same price. I know they came down in price as the time was going on, and then they replaced it with another one, and then you've got the one that does the auto squonking, and it doesn't, kind of, you know. And then you've got the fact that you can buy an equally decent mod. You know, you can buy an equally good mod in something, because the EHE chips are in like IPv. IPv4U mods, like the Cyanide. I got a couple of Cyanides. Cyanide's a cracking mod. Weird shape. But that's got a EHE chip in it, and it vapes just the same as others. You can't customize it like some of the other EHE chips, but it's not the end of the world, you know. Yeah, the V-Boy. Again, it's another mod with the same chip. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day in 5 minutes. So I'm going to wind things down a bit. Wind things down from super slow to stop. It didn't last long. What, did it die or? No, I'm talking on the chat. No, I think he's probably still doing the quiz. Or he's ghosted. But yeah, hopefully back next week. If there's a show next week, or it could be the week after, I'm not sure. Let's see what appears. So don't forget, when I finish here, give it a quarter of an hour. I'll be on iVlog.tv doing my game show. So if you're not doing anything, come over and join in. It's good fun. We played it before you. We played it on VUKN ages ago. You know, it's a good bit of game fun, interactive that anybody can play and join in. So yeah, come on over and have a game, or just watch. A lot of night owls in the room. A lot of people that don't fall asleep. I know Bambi will probably be there. Bambi's usually there, and Tetley Man idles. See, Bambi bus plays though, Tetley Man. Yes. Oh. So yeah, all in all, other than the little niggles like that, it feels quite heavy. It's quite a heavy mod, quite a big mod in the hand. Could be worse. I would like to try it with two 21-700s to see if this has the same issue, but that means me buying a pair of 21-700s. Well, I've only got one at the moment. Oh, you know you enjoy it. Anyway, see you over on iVlog.tv. Look for the silver square with West Coast Vapors on it. I'll be there from midnight for an hour or maybe two. See how it goes. And yeah, catch you on the flip side.